If you like a lot of chocolate on your biscuit, join our club. If you like a lot of chocolate on your biscuit, join our club.
Not now, it's too early.
And welcome to another edition of the Wednesday 20 Show.
We're a bit excited today because we've left the county.
Yeah.
We've come over the border into North Somerset today. Woohoo! Travelling far from home. We travelled towards Abbottsley on Abbottsley Road, and then we turned off onto North Road, and you can park up just on the side of the road there, and there's a gate which takes you into Leigh Woods. We're going to walk through Leigh Woods and along the Avon Gorge.
This is going to be fun.
Come on then, let's get
go.
going.
I've been up here to Leigh Woods many times, but I've got to be honest, every time I come up here, I'm never quite sure where I am.
There's a bit of theme going on a lot of our walks, actually, about you quite oblivious to where you are.
Well, I mean, it's beautiful up here, and there's easy paths, but you know, I'm not ever quite sure on what trail or what colour path I'm on.
Well, to be fair, there's an awful lot of trails through Leigh Woods. There's all different colour marked trails that you can follow, different lengths, different difficulties. But to be honest, if you just start off on any path and just follow it, you're not going to go far wrong. Eventually you'll get to the edge of the woods and you just turn, so you keep turning right or something, and you'll end up back where you started.
Really? Oh,
yeah,
so
you can't really go wrong.
You...
You couldn't be lost here for too many hours.
No.
Anyway, so we set off from the lay-by on North Road, and we're following actually the cycle trail, the Avon cycle trail through the woods, which leads us to the main car park. And from there you can pick up all the different coloured trails that take you through the woods. And we're going to pick up the coloured one that takes us down to the Avon Gorge and the river.
Do you know, while you were talking then, all I can hear is bird songs, like Living in an Aviary.
It is beautiful.
And now, listen, nothing.
Yeah, actually there was quite a lot still going on there.
There you are.
He's the loudest.
Yay! Anyway, let's get into our first song.
Yeah, would you like to introduce it?
No, you. It's
go
about
on,
a man.
go on.
No.
And then he kissed me.
While you were watching that, Louise and I was just saying, we've been together for 10 years.
And they said it wouldn't last.
Who's they? Of course it's going to last. Woo! Louise and I met 10 years ago. I was hosting an open mic at the Railway Inn in Yatton.
Yeah.
You lived there, didn't you?
I did, and bizarrely I had some stupid idea that I'd take up guitar and within 3 months I'd go out and perform to public. What was I thinking?
No, well, do you know, I can remember she was very nervous on that night, and she sat on a stool. Her hair was about the same length as it is now, but she wouldn't make eye contact with anybody, so she had her head down. So I had to adjust the microphone, so I took it and I stuck the microphone up there. I knew her mouth was up there somewhere.
You made me sound like Cousin It. Wasn't that bad? I just had a bit of a fringe, that's all.
I've just got this lasting memory. Sticking it up there somewhere.
Excuse me. Anyway, I think we need to get on with this walk. And do you know what?
What?
There's another bottom this week. We're going to Paradise Bottom now.
Paradise Bottom?
We've come past the car park and we're following a footpath down to Paradise Bottom.
You are bottoms happening threes. Lead on then.
All right then. So we've made it all the way to Paradise Bottom, and I have to say it is a little slice of paradise, isn't it?
Beautiful.
There's a little stream trickling that you can obviously hear beside us. We've got these ponds and the sunlight is beaming down through the trees, and beyond us is a valley with the stream running through it, and it's just carpeted with wild garlic, and the smell is just lovely.
It is fabulous.
The bird song is heavenly. So yes, a little slice of paradise right here.
I didn't expect this at all.
Yeah.
This is a pleasant surprise. If you put this one down on your list, this is fab. You've always done walking now, haven't you?
Oh yeah, I was brought up walking from a really early age with our family, and then I did guides, and I did like hikes and things with the girl guides.
Yeah.
Do you do scouts and stuff?
I never did that, no. As close I got there was a youth club.
What was the youth club then?
Fortfield Youth Club in Hengrove. I was there in the 1950s, and and the early 60s. We used to have bands there on a Saturday night.
A youth club?
Real live bands like Johnny Carr and the Cadillacs, Chet and the Triumphs, Dean Prince and the Dukes, Mike Tobin and the Magnets. So many bands. Andy Gray and the Strangers. I'm getting excited. Can you hear my voice?
I thought youth club was all about just meeting up and playing snooker or darts or games.
We used to play. We used to have snooker, table tennis, darts, and girls.
So didn't you do? I mean, I never went to youth club. I did brownies and guides.
Yeah, well, that's fair enough.
And then I ran like the cub pack when I was older for my sins. My goodness, that was a handful. But yeah, it was like all activities that we did as a group. Yeah, it was bringing everyone together as like a group activity, and we did night hikes and things in the dark. Yeah, that was great fun, but always a bit worrying because you have to count all your cubs in, and then you get halfway around the walk and you're in the dark and you're like counting them again, and they used to play tricks. You know, they'd like move around so you couldn't count them, and then you'd be worried that you're going to get back to the scout hut and find that you've missed a few along the way, and that you're going to have to say to their parents, sorry, I lost Johnny about half an hour in.
You worry anyway, don't you?
I do worry.
Yeah. Anyway, should we get and see if we can find
I think if we
River Avon?
follow the stream down, now I think we're highly likely to find the River Avon.
Islands in the stream.
That is what we are. Yeah.
We've come across the River Avon.
Woohoo!
Keep it down. Everybody will want to look at it. Looking very nice this morning.
Well, kind of brown.
Reminds me of Corfu. No. Do you know, we're continuing to receive messages of our little bits about yesteryears.
Yeah, I'm learning an awful lot about yesteryears. It's like living in a museum, honestly.
When I was 5, we lived at Hengrove, which is on the south side of Bristol. And I remember my mother having a mangle. Remember the mangles? And you didn't use it inside, of course, because the water would go all over the place, so they were taken outside. And when my mum used to wash the clothes, she put it on a clothesline. Now, my dad had a bank of prize dahlias, and if your washing touches my dahlias, you've had it. So I remembered vividly having a prop, a clothes prop. It was a wooden piece of wood with a V in the top, just keeping the washing above my dad's dahlias. I was only 5, but it seemed as though this pole went up to the sky. It must have been a good 10 feet tall.
10 feet? How would your mum have hung out the washing if it was 10 feet high?
Here is the prop.
Okay.
You've got the line about this high, then you put it on the V and you push it up in the air and prop it up so the sheets are blowing in the wind.
Yeah, but while you're hanging it up, surely it'll be dangling on the dahlias.
Well, that's something you have to take up with my mother.
You just have a rotary line.
Oh, no, that's too modern.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
So anyway, as an extension to all that kerfuffle, if the coalman arrived, he would shout out, "Coal!" That's how you knew the coalman was coming. And the coalman would carry on his back a sack of coal and put it in the coal house. But of course, you got all that dust. So the reason he shouted out coal was to give you enough time, enough time, to get the mangle back inside. Before I conclude this little bit...
You have to get all the washing inside as well. I was going to say, if you hear one man shouting coal, you haven't got time to get all your washing in.
Oh, I see. Well, again, I wouldn't know. You just hope that the wind is blowing in the right direction. But I can remember helping my mum with this mangle when we did sheets. Because sheets are long, you see. You can't put it through a mangle, it would fold on the floor. So I remember my mum would mangle with the sheet doubled over, so it was about that wide in a long length. And I would keep it off the ground, so I would walk away from the mangle holding the sheet. I used to think I was so important doing that.
Oh, I'm sure you were very important.
Oh, thank you, love.
Oh, wasn't he good? What a good little boy you were.
Well, anyway, so
God,
should
do you think my kids moaned if I asked them to bring their washing down to the washing machine for me?
No, used to make them do work. Anyway, love, I think we should get closer to the river.
Oh, not in the river though. It doesn't look that inviting for a swim. In fact, the tide looks like it's going out very fast. It might just be mud by the time we get down to it. We'll see.
Behind me is the River Avon, and just further along again is the Horseshoe Bend. Well, the Horseshoe Bend has been instrumental in causing many shipwrecks across the years. If we go back to 1851, in Bristol, the William Patterson shipyard was commissioned by the West India Mail Company to build a steam paddle ship. And it was to be the second largest ship in the world at that time. And I hear you saying, but what was the largest? You know, don't you? It's the SS Great Britain. We had 1 and 2. Well, the Demerara needed engines fitted, so it was going to Clyde Boatyard in Scotland. But they were just a little bit late with the tide, but they took a chance. And the tug was quite a large tug, pulling at about 8 knots, which William Patterson, who was on board, was a little bit concerned. So he tried to get them to slow down, but they couldn't slow down enough. And when they reached Horseshoe Bend, it grounded. It got stuck in the mud. And with the receding tide, it just got so stuck that its frame twisted, contorted, and it was scrapped.
Stay another night. Watch the sun
Cowboy. That was on one of our albums, wasn't it, love?
Oh, a surprisingly long time ago, though. How does that happen?
And recently we thought we'd dust it off and perform it on Music Lockdown Challenge. So we asked Graham Nichols, Sarah Mitchell, Dan Rogers and Mark Fevan if they'd help us out. And they were very kind, weren't they?
I would. And they did a darn good job, if you ask me.
Yeah.
Anyway, we have left behind Paradise Bottom. I know, it's just sad, isn't it? And we have met the River Avon Trail, which, as the name suggests, is a track that runs alongside the River Avon. It goes all the way down beyond Poole in one direction and into Bristol the other direction. We have turned right as we met the track and we are heading towards Bristol. And so in a minute we will come around a corner and hopefully see a very big famous bridge.
I haven't seen that bridge in a year or more. Wonder if the colour's changed.
I think it's probably still very similar to how we left it last year.
We'll get round that bend in a minute and we'll see. I think we should get into our special guest, love.
What a good idea.
And our special guest this week is Honey and the Bear from Suffolk.
This is Lucy and John, a husband and wife team. I do like that. Special place in my heart for husband and wife musicians. Anyway, multi-instrumentalists, songwriters, let's introduce themselves.
Hello! Hi Barry, hi Louise, thanks for having us.
Yeah, it's great to be part of the Wednesday 20 show. We're very privileged to be on with you for this episode. And we're going to play a song which Lucy's going to be playing some drum percussion, as well as the instruments you can see, just because they're out of view. I thought I'd let you know about where that sound's coming from. But this is a song called Riverman. It's off our first album called Made in the Acre. And thank you very much for inviting us to come and play.
Bound by the river's
so strong.
Oh, there we are. That's Riverman from our first album. And we hope you guys are keeping well, Barry and Louise. And we'll hope to hear from you soon, and take good care. Thanks for having us.
Oh, Lucy and John, Honey and the Bear, that was fabulous. Thank you so much.
Their harmonies were fabulous, weren't they? As we would say around here, guys, we would say Gert Lush.
Lush indeed. And a very apt song as well for where we are right now. We're walking along by a river and they're singing about a riverman. Yeah.
Come on down Bristol way.
And good luck with your new album at the end of the month, and good luck with entertaining the world as the rest of the 2021 continues.
Isn't it good to be able to entertain people?
Yeah, I suppose it is. You've been doing it forever though, haven't you?
I've been doing
it.
When
did you start?
When did I start?
Yeah.
I started when I was 11.
Yeah.
And because I was a fan of the Shadows in those days. And my friend Barry Turner and I, and Raymond Kays, see these names? We used to stand on banana boxes in our grove. I lived in a grove. And the mothers used to open the window and go, "Oh, that's lovely, boys, you can go away now." But anyway, but when Barry Turner and I were 14, his dad took us down to the Mayor's Arms in Clarence Road in Bristol, and we were entertaining the bar there. We couldn't be paid because we were only 14, but we had a whip round full of half-a-crowns and florins and tanners and
here we go,
bobs.
the old money again.
We made £8 each. £8, and I was saving for an electric guitar and an amplifier. So that was good. That really got me going, that. Money and music. Very rare these days. Anyway,
dear.
shall we move on?
On that note, yes.
Time to play. Da 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 da.
Yay!
Tell me when.
Woo.
Louise,
Yesy.
what year am I?
Okay.
In this year, George Bush Sr. became president. Don't tell me until the end.
Oh, there's no problem with that, darling. Don't you worry.
In this year, Jive Bunny was all over the charts.
Oh, I hated that song. Still don't know when it is, but yeah, carry on.
In this year, the Hillsborough football disaster happened.
Oh.
In this year, Sky came to our televisions.
Oh.
Da 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 da. Louise, tell me when.
1995.
Oh, 1989.
Never.
Do you know, I think that we should go into our scenic bit now,
I
love.
think we should, because I'm sad now. I lost again.
You were miles away that time.
I know. That would be a year out. Come on, let's just look at the scenery. That's far more fun.
just thinking of Brunel here. Got his bridge up there, and the fashion of the day was those tall hats, weren't they? Very tall. It wasn't just him. All men would wear tall hats, and all women would wear black hats.
It's funny, isn't it? Fashions.
Yeah.
People wouldn't have been seen out without a hat on their head.
No.
And nowadays, not many people wear hats.
What was the fashion like when you were in your teens?
Fashion was all about hair, really, in my teens. So it went from the short hair with a really long, straggly bit at the back called a rat's tail, and then it went from that to the other extreme of like big hair, big perms. Yeah, that was it.
I think I've seen a photo of you with that. Perhaps we could put one up.
Yeah, maybe. That was all the rage, but I had friends who had curly hair, and they were dying to have straight hair, and all us people with straight hair going, we spent a fortune having our hair permed. Crazy.
Crazy days. So,
did you perm your hair, or?
I didn't perm my hair, no.
Highlight your hair?
Highlight my hair, yes.
Yeah, oh, did you?
Yeah.
So what was your clothes like then? What were you wearing?
In 1974, I went to Platform 1 after just being to watch the Slade at the Colston Hall, and me and my friend Terry Mills, we were getting a drink at the bar, and we saw Noddy Holder and Dave Hill sat up at Platform 1. What I was wearing a Fair Isle tank top, a shirt with the biggest collar you've ever did see, a red satin bomber jacket, brown corduroy looms, and platform shoes, multicolored brown leather. Wow, did I look fabulous?
My goodness, the image that is just conjured up in my head.
Yeah, but you know, looking fantastic. We started chatting to Noddy Holder and Dave Hill, and we were talking about the old days before they had their hits, and I said that I'd seen them on television with them singing Martha, you know, the old Beatles song, Martha My Dear, and Noddy Holder loved that because he didn't think anyone knew that they had a life before all their big stomping hits. So him and me on that night were like that. He didn't buy me a drink, but that's my lasting memory.
Maybe you just looked too good next to him and you outshone him in your wonderful outfit.
It was funny, we'd just been down to see him. Yeah, funny.
Oh, that's going to keep me chuckling the rest of the day, that outfit. Anyway, moving on, we need to just carry on towards the bridge a little bit longer, and then we're going to turn off right, and it'll be up Nightingale Valley, which sounds very
Sounds delicious.
It does. Come on then.
Come on. Hey!
We have left behind the River Avon Trail and we turn right into Nightingale Valley, back into Leigh Woods. You can see behind us the Avon Gorge there, and right up on top is the observatory. We were there last summer buying an ice cream.
We were. I think we were doing our 4th Wednesday 20 show here in the summer heat.
Yeah.
And now we're in the
spring
Is it
heat.
Spring yet?
It is spring, yes.
Wow, they were
Here
spring
we are,
heat.
week 41.
Yeah.
Doing in the springtime heat. I really fancy an ice cream now.
Okay, perhaps we'll get one on the way home.
Whilst we dream of ice creams, can I tell you a little story?
Oh,
I came across a little folklore story from medieval times about how the Avon Gorge was formed.
Oh, right. Okay.
Are you ready? Are you sitting comfortably?
Well, I'm standing comfortably.
So there were two giants. They were brothers, Gorham and Vincent, and they were both vying after the same young lady, Avona, and she lived over in the valley, which was a big lake at the time, and she set them the task of draining the valley. And she said whichever one of the brothers drained the valley, they would win her heart. So Gorham, he went over to where Blaise Castle Estate is, and he started digging out a valley, trying to drain the big lake. And Vincent came over here and started digging out the gorge. Gorham got a bit thirsty, had a few too many ciders, fell asleep on the job. Vincent, he carried on, he dug out the gorge, and the Avon, the lake, flowed away into the River Avon, out to the Severn, and he drained the big lake, and he won the heart of Ivona.
That was who? Gorham?
That's Vincent.
Vincent.
Gorham, meanwhile, he wakes up, realises he's lost, he stomps his foot in a temper, stomps off to the sea, lies down in the sea and drowns, and all you can see of him now is his head and his body, which are flat home and steep home. It's a lovely little story.
It's a little
far
story.
more exciting than geology. And
do you know, I've not heard that. I've not heard that tale before. But I remember when I was a kid, there used to be a fair in Bristol called Gorham. Gorham Fair.
Well,
and I used to think then, who's Gorham?
There you go.
Folklore.
Folklore. The giants who lived around here.
Okay.
Time
That
for
was
our last song
fascinating.
after that, isn't it?
Go on then.
Will you still love me tomorrow?
Of course I will.
1, 2, 3, 4.
If you like a lot of chocolate on your biscuit, join our club. I've got my hands on it.
Okay,
You can open it
we can
up.
have the biscuits now, or the chocolate, yes.
Louise and I are coming towards the end of our little walk up here at Leigh Woods today. We've had a fantastic time. I've seen many places I haven't seen before, and it was a good walk.
Yeah, it was about 3.5, 4 miles. Lovely walk down through Paradise Bottom. Really nice along the river. You do have the traffic noise obviously from the portway, but you know, once you move past that, it's fine. Yeah, and we've just done a little detour at the top here. Instead of going straight back to the car where we'd parked at the top of Nightingale Valley, we turned right because we knew there's a nice viewpoint over here looking over the bridge and the top of the gorge again. So we thought we'd have one last look and a bite of chocolate. You're not going to say anything now.
So, from Louise.
Bye.
Oh, orange flavoured club. And from me, goodbye. Next week, who knows where we'll be.
We have come along from Abbottsley
Road.
Where have we come?
Let it sort of run on. It's beautiful. Alright.
Yeah. As it'll ever be.
Action! I've been to...
God, that was like action. You can't walk like that. You can't walk like you've wet yourself. They're all colour marked and they'll be marked on the map and saying which height. Oh, for God's sake.
I'm talking about something here and it's gone out of my head.
Oh, it's the story of my life. I know, what was he saying?
Yeah, I got you.
Oh, hurrah!
We've been walking down a slow
Sorry,
slope.
I'm pulling his face.
And just up there is Horseshoe Bend. Now, did I say horse?
Horse.
Horse.
Shoe.
That was harsh.
Horse.
Just further along there is Horseshoe Bend. Now, horse.
We have left. Blah, blah, blah.
Oh, lovely.
For fudge's sake.